Never tell a man what you're looking for, especially when you're getting to know him. Because if you tell him that you're looking for something serious, that you want a husband, what do you think he will do?
It's kind of presumptuous. It's like, hey, you want to be my girlfriend? Wow.
He's going to play those roles to get what he wants. So if he asks you, what do you want? You can say, I want someone who matches my energy. Don't say anything else. Leave it as a mystery and watch his behavior for a few months. Because when he doesn't know exactly what you want, he'll show you his true character and what he thinks you deserve.
Sharing every detail of your past, such as your insecurities, your crush, your past relationship, your stupid moment, your down moment with your partner might not be a good idea. Some people might argue and say it depends on the man involved in the relationship. Does it really depend on the man involved in the relationship? Always consider human nature and human tendencies before making some certain moves.
Should your new partner know of your past? In short, no. Here's why. Hello, my name is Carla and restoring healthy mindsets is my thing. That is actually one boundary me and my husband have. I don't want to know anything about his past and he doesn't want to know anything of my past. That's how we keep our relationship healthy. There's multiple reasons why. First things first, you tell him how to hurt you. Secondly, in a way, you're hurting his heart as well and creating a sense of hate towards your ex-boyfriends. We don't need that. And thirdly, his perspective of you is going to change. Remember, the past is the past. That no longer matters. What matters is what you're doing today and in the future. That's why it's so easy for shame to have a hold of us. And we can't allow that to happen. And it's unfortunate, but what this also allows is for your new partner to throw that information to your face. Of, oh, well, why did you let so-and-so do it to you if you're not going to let me do it to you? Avoid yourself problems and never talk about your past. Obviously, there might be some things that you should mention, but if you can avoid talking about your past relationships, do it. There's no need. There's nothing good that's going to come out of speaking about your past relationships. They're in the past for a reason, and do yourself a favor and stop letting shame get to you. There's no point.
Do you agree with her? Your past is your past. What do you think about situations where people's past come to haunt them? Let's say the man you're with is a hired killer, is a kidnapper, and that's something he was doing in the past. Don't you think you need to know about that? So it depends. It's not everything you have to share. You can share some, and it is your responsibility to do a thorough research on the person you're getting married to. It's your responsibility to do a thorough research on the person you're dating. If the person has incriminating past and is already out there, you're most likely to find out. But if his past are not incriminating, and even if his past are incriminating and no one knows about it, what makes you think he might want to share that with you? Think about it. So I would say you should just do your best and leave the rest for God. Make sure you do your research. And the truth here is this: you cannot always know everything about someone. Hello fam, how you all doing? Please take a moment to like this video and subscribe. Thank you. This video is focused on things you should not tell a man in a relationship as a lady. Number 1, your past relationship.
Y'all gotta stop telling all these crybaby stories about what your ex did to you. And he did this, and he. If a man asks you about your past relationships, lie. He don't even need to know all that. Tell him it was cordial, he was a good guy, and we went our separate ways. I don't care if that man had a baby on you. I don't care if he had a whole family at home and was living with you. Okay? Lie. He don't need to know all of that. You will never know what my ex did to me. I don't want you getting no bright ideas. I don't want you to know where the bar was ever set. If a man asks you about your past relationship, lie. Okay? You're thinking small. You gotta think big.
Ladies, I'm going to give you some advice that is going to help you out in the long run while dating a man. So hear me out. Never tell a man what you've been through in the past with other men. I know you may think, oh, it's okay to tell them about my past traumas and all of that stuff, but here's why you shouldn't. The thing is, a lot of the times when women tend to tell men about what other guys did to them in the past, or, you know, if they didn't take them out or they didn't post them or any of that sort, men take that into account and they use that to their advantage. And most of the time when they use this, they use it in a negative way to treat that woman even worse than their past did. Once they get access to this information, they use this to their advantage so they can know how far they can push you before you leave. See, the key to not letting this happen is when he asks about your exes or any exes in particular, you tell him, oh, it just didn't work out, and you leave it like that. He won't have any expectations or anything. So I won't leave him with any room to treat you bad or any of that sort. So you're safe in the long run, but y'all stay safe.
Telling your partner details of your past relationship might be you unknowingly creating unnecessary tension and giving your partner ammunition that he might use against you in the relationship. Sharing intricate moments of your past relationship, your highs, your lows, moment you cried, and all those personal moments that you experienced with your ex. Sharing all that with your current man might make him compare himself with your ex, and he might use those mistakes you shared with him against you in an argument in your current relationship. Depending on the man you're dating, some mean partners might even capitalize on your weaknesses. The most common repercussion for sharing your past relationship with your current man is him judging you, using what you shared with him to judge you, and you getting trapped in your past relationship.
I was broken up with because of my past. Was dating this guy I really liked for a few months. And we were on and off because the same issue kept coming up. If you follow me, you know I wrote a book called Series of Unfortunate Men, and it's about my life and my past relationships. When we first started dating, he wanted nothing to do with the book, which is fine. I understand. But then it got to the point where he wouldn't want to know anything about my past. And I'm really proud of my past. I wrote a freaking book on it because I've survived a lot, and I am who I am today because of these things. And that made me really upset. He said, no, it causes me too much anxiety. I don't want to know about it. And I said, well, I guess my followers know me a lot better than you do. And he didn't like that. Now, in the total of 5 or 6 months that we were talking to each other, the few times I did try to let him in, he'd push me away. And by letting him in, I mean opening up about my experiences. The other day he came over, I told him that I was starting a podcast. And he asked me if I would be talking about my past experiences on it. And I said, absolutely. That's what my entire brand is based on. And he had a huge problem with that. So he just said, you know what? I have a lot of anxiety. I'm going to leave. Mind you, we were in the middle of lunch. We just got back to the house and he just left. Now, this made me very upset. I cried. I sent him a message expressing my feelings. And he never responded. Few days goes by and he sends me a voice note. Not a phone call, a voice note. I want your opinion. I'm going to play the voice note. It's, he's not saying anything mean or bad, but he's talking about his weaknesses and why he can't do this anymore. I just don't know what to do. So here it is. Okay, I have it on my iPad. I might have to fast forward a few things, but I'll try my best to get it all in.
I want to apologize for not talking with you. It's not that I'm ghosting you or I'm a jerk. Well, I'm probably a jerk, but it's because I'm scared and I have anxiety and I'm non-confrontational with people that I care about and I do care about. I grew really strong feelings for you. Obviously, we've been dating for quite a while. So I want to apologize for that. And it's just me, being weak. That text and reflecting, I guess it's another just kind of excuse to kind of mask the real reason why I don't feel like you're right for me. And I want to be supportive, so I kind of help you and I talk to you about it, but mine is just driving me bonkers.
The second thing you might not want to share with your partner is your financial life. I know people have different views on this. Please hear me out. Sharing your finances with your partner can make you feel indebted to your partner and also undermine your independence, depending on the situation. If you're in a situation where you earn way more than your man might depend on you to pay all the bills or even depend on you to cater for a large amount of the expenses. Naturally, most men are not happy and they feel emasculated when their women are making more money, when their women are more financially buoyant than they are.
I found myself stepping into a role that I never thought I was even qualified for, a sugar mama. Trust me when I say it wasn't a conscious decision. I had been working so hard in this job I was at. I mean, I'm doing graveyard shifts and early morning shifts straight after. And after putting in the work, my hard work eventually paid off, and my workplace rewarded me with a very sweet pay rise. Now looking back, I shouldn't have said anything. I was so excited at the time, and I told the guy that I was dating. But I couldn't have told him at a worse time, because he'd been given the news that he had just been let go of his job. Despite the setbacks, I believed in his resilience, and I dedicated time to help him with job applications and interview preparations like a good woman. And because of this, I found myself spending more time at his place. I even remember there were times where we would even get hungry, but I knew he didn't have money, so I would order and take out for us, which I didn't mind paying for. However, the red flags really started red flagging when I realised I started to pay for a lot more than just takeout. For example, we'd be at Tesco's, I'd be buying my food or whatever, and while I'm in the checkout section, he would then come and add his own items to my groceries. The first time this happened, I didn't take any notice of it, but then he just kept on doing it. It started to really annoy me. I refrained from voicing my concerns because I was too nice and I didn't want to come across like I was emasculating him. I even remember we went to the cinema one time. I had left my purse at home, and as I had a new phone, I hadn't set up the Apple Pay yet. I did offer to bank transfer him the money. He told me not to worry and that he would cover it, which I thought was really cute considering his circumstances. But after the film, I get a notification from Monzo. He sent me a Monzo request requesting the amount he paid for our tickets. His excuse was that he had just checked his banking app and realised he didn't have enough funds. Gave him back the money, and I said nothing. And so another time he asked to borrow £200 so he can get himself a new suit for an upcoming job interview. So I lent, keyword lent, it to him, which he promised to pay me back. Thankfully, he got the job, but did I get the money back? Nope. But I chose to say nothing, hoping that once he had settled in his new job and he got his first paycheck, he would pay me back. The tipping point came when his birthday came around and he asked me to get him a Palm Angels t-shirt. I reminded him that he still owed me for that suit, which he said, I thought you didn't want me to pay you back. I was livid. I was like, you promised to pay me back £200. £200 is a lot of money. Do I look like a sugar mummy? After I said that, he laughed, you know. But it really dawned on me at that moment that I had become this boy's sugar mummy. To add insult to injury, he even made a remark saying £200 is light. After going back and forth and me reminding him of all the things that I pay for, he told me, if you feel away, that's on you. You didn't say anything then. I don't know why you're trying to bring stuff up now. He was right. If I'm going to hold myself accountable, this was my L. So every time you think about wanting to give a man money, think of me. Remember this face and then remember this story.
Point number 3. Sharing deep-seated fears and insecurities with your partner. I know the Bible says, two shall come together and become one. But in reality, is that the case? Let's face fact here. It is a partnership depending on the kind of relationship you are in. If you are in the slave and master kind of relationship, you might go ahead and share that because you're already a slave in a relationship. But if you're in a partnership kind of relationship, you have to have your own autonomy. You have to be your own person. You have to be an individual. And what does that mean? You have to have things that you keep to yourself, not everything you share with your partner. I would always advise women in relationship and marriages to have their own set of friends. Have your own friends that you hang out with, you do things with. Don't live life like your life depends on the man. Don't make the man the air you breathe. Have an individual life in that relationship. Do not depend on your man's friends to have a friendly relationship, if that makes sense. That being said, sharing all your fears and insecurities with your man can be harmful to you in that relationship. Don't forget, it all boils down to the man you are in a relationship with. Given that humans are unpredictable, people change, people fall out of love, we've heard horrible relationship stories and all that. People get divorced. You have to protect yourself, withhold some things, not everything you share. And that man can also use that information against you in that relationship. He can use the information to manipulate and control you. Don't forget, a lot of men out there believe that it is their birthright to control women, and they're always looking for avenues to make that happen. If you still decide to go ahead and share everything with your man, just have this at the back of your mind. That action might affect your self-esteem, and it might also make you feel powerless in that relationship.
Ladies, do not tell your boyfriends everything. Don't tell your husbands everything. They shouldn't even know you watch my channel. You know, if you one of them type of girlfriends that tell your man everything, you are a pygmy. Your husband, your boyfriend should not know everything you do, everything you watch. They should know all of this, okay? because guarantee you they will use it against you later when they need to. So they should know all this. Lying, as long as you're lying about things, you can always just say, oh, I was just doing that for my safety. As people out here human trafficking, and you're all is forgiven. Okay, all is forgiven. I don't tell people my real name because of human trafficking. I don't tell people this because of human trafficking. Now that I know you and we're good and I trust you more, now that you found out, I feel more comfortable that because now I feel safe. Just turn it around, turn it all around. Why do you attract so many married men? Because married men are attracted to everybody, baby. They still men. Remember that.
Number 4, family issues. Do you think you should share details of your family issues with your partner? Remember, this man is not part of your nuclear family. Both of you came together depending on the situation. Let's say you guys are already married. You came together and you're trying to form a new family. Your nuclear family is your personal family. So I don't think you should go out there washing your dirty linen in public or in front of your husband, because the way you present your family is the way your husband is going to treat them. That's the truth. If you disrespect your family in front of your husband, that means you're giving your husband the go-ahead to disrespect your family. Painting a negative picture of your family to your husband might be detrimental to you in that relationship. Your husband might use the information you shared with him about your family and work against you. He might decide to isolate you from your family and create a wedge between you and them. He might start disrespecting your family members, regarding them less, and he might start treating you anyhow, especially if you are not in good terms with your family. And if he treats you anyhow, who is going to come to your rescue? Nobody. So you have to be careful of the information you share about your family with your man. If you have a good family and they've got your back, do not go wash your dirty linen in public, because if you make a man believe that you don't have people that are there for you, you don't have people that will support you, you don't have a support system, some men might take advantage of that and misbehave and treat you anyhow.
Never share your family issues with your partner. You may love your partner, you may tell him or her almost everything, but when it comes to your family problems, don't share anything. Because what I've noticed is that some of these partners use what you have told them against you. For instance, if you had an argument with your mom or your dad or your siblings, whenever you guys have an altercation, he or she will bring it up, be like, yeah, that's why this and that is happening. So my advice to everyone is that do not, I repeat, do not share your family issues / problems with your partner. Be careful.
The last point today is personal achievement and ambition. Coming together, if it's marriage, you guys are supposed to come together as a team, and you're supposed to be each other's biggest cheerleader, each other's biggest fan. You're supposed to cheer each other on and make sure you support each other. But that's not always the case in all marriages and relationships. Sometimes sharing your goals, success, and achievement with your partner can lead to competition and jealousy. If you happen to be dating a jealous man that is in a secret competition with you, and you share your goals with him, you tell him what you plan to do, that man is most likely to discourage you, is most likely to find fault in your plans and make you see reasons why it's not going to work. And when you achieve big things, that man is most likely to downplay your achievement and make it seem like it's nothing.
This person said her possible narcissistic husband gets mad at her success. And that makes sense because most narcissistic people don't see their significant others as partners. They see you as competition. You are significant competition, and they are typically jealous of your success if you're more successful than them. So if you make more money than a narcissist, if you're more conventionally attractive than them, they will be jealous of you and try to bring you down a notch. Especially if you get into a relationship with them and they feel like they have nothing to offer you. They will literally try to pull you down to their level or below them. They will start to attack your insecurities and things like that and downplay your success. So you end up stifling yourself like this person right here. She said every time she shared her success with him, he would get mad. Because most narcissistic people operate from a me first standpoint, you know? So if you're winning, most narcissists are like, why not me? Why you get to win? Why can't I win? They will downplay your success, make you feel bad about being successful, and stifle you. Don't expect a narcissist to clap for your success, parent, friend, or spouse. I hope that.
Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Click this video here to watch how some men use silent treatment to punish women. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.